process of God building our foundation, we get weary and we get discouraged, and we want to start doing things out of our own will, out of our own will, because it's hard for us to trust the process, right? Building a house is not easy, but the most important thing is the foundation of the house that is being built. Because if the foundation is faulty, one harsh storm, one wrong move, the whole house and the foundation in the house will crumble with it. And so what God is doing in us, in these waiting seasons and in the seasons of us being processed, is He is building our foundation for where He is taking us, so that He can continue to build on top of it. And yes, there is temptation to go the easy route. There is temptation to add what you want. There is temptation, like I just said, the easy route, instead, to avoid the process, to avoid the hard thing, to avoid the purification, to avoid the pruning, to avoid being built. Because in the process of being built by God, there's some things that He has to strip away, and that does not feel good. But in order for Him to build what He needs to build inside of you, to build your foundation, so that He can build you to where your destiny and your purpose is, so that He can build you into where your gifting and your calling is taking you, He got to build a foundation. And a lot of us don't want to sit long enough for Him to build the foundation. But that is why a lot of us fall. A lot of us are topsy-turvy. A lot of us are not in a good space. Because you don't want to, and this is ministering to me too, because we don't want to sit long enough for the Lord to do His work in us. But if you don't allow Him, you're never going to get to the promised land. The children of Israel were in the wilderness for 40 years. The wilderness was only supposed to last a couple of days, a couple of weeks at best. But they were in the wilderness, literally in the wilderness for 40 years, because God had to keep shutting the door, because they would not be obedient. How can God trust you with the diamonds, with the ruby, with the land, with the 1,000 cattle on a hill? How can God trust you with His riches, and He cannot trust you to sit and be obedient in the circumcision, in the waiting, in the purification? If you can't trust God here, you cannot trust God.